to the episode of the Talkshow. As always, we got Sean, you got Ketchy, and we got Tech. And this week, our guest is my good friend.
We're gonna start this off by playing Benny Levs' hit song, Bad Song. It's not actually bad, it's actually pretty good. It's called Bad Song.
Sound a little out of breath.
And I'm a bit out of breath because we ran here because we are bad at time management.
Nah, dude, we just ran a marathon.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to, keep up our health, stay fit, stay active.
Anyways, without further ado, here's Bad Song.
Don't wanna be like a bad song. The notes, they all feel wrong. Don't even wanna sing along or bop your head. Won't listen while you play pong. Won't turn it on when you're trying to get drunk. Not on your playlist when you're having fun. Or bumping in the back when you're getting it up. I never wanted to ever admit it, but you're sitting there and your heart just isn't. You got it going on with other girls singing other songs. Oh, you dropped me so hard so long ago. You're bored of the beat, you already know. Never made you sway, smiling like those 808s that I just can't relate. The song right here is really, you're gonna want me on repeat. You're gonna groove to this sweet beat. The way that you've been treating me will never kill this fire melody. You're gonna want me on repeat. You're gonna groove to this sweet beat. The way that you've been treating me will never kill this fire melody. Be like a bad song. Don't wanna be like a bad song. The notes, they all feel wrong. Don't even wanna sing along or bop your head. Won't listen while you play pong. Won't turn it on when you're trying to get drunk. Not on your playlist when you're having fun. Or bumping in the back when you're getting it on. You're getting it on. People play music every day, making you feel some type of way. Praise has been coming off people's lips, but you're still giving me that skip. You're gonna want me on repeat. You're gonna groove to this sweet beat. The way that you've been treating me will never kill this fire melody. You're gonna want me on repeat. You're gonna groove to this sweet beat. The way that you've been treating me will never kill this fire melody. Be like a bad song.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations on Bad Song.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
It's
Thanks.
great. It's last
Yeah.
time I checked, 178,000.
Yeah, it was a crazy sort of couple of weeks where it just sort of blew up briefly. It's coming down now, but hopefully we can with this interview, we can maybe get it back up,
Oh yeah, I mean,
so we'll
our
see.
millions of listeners will.
Yes,
Right.
millions.
The minute this show ends, they're gonna flock to it.
Yeah, we'll flood your streams.
Perfect.
So, how long you been doing music for?
So it's been probably since I was 10 or so. I mean, it started as like basic as you can get. I started with like trumpet in elementary school, and I did that all throughout high school. And then towards the back end of high school, I really got interested in production. So I started teaching myself that, and then I also started teaching myself piano, which was self-taught for a number of years. Then I started getting lessons in piano, and then since I've come to school, I'm studying production technology, and I've gotten lessons in piano, and now I have a pretty good understanding of it. So it just sort of slowly built up to where I am now. But it's a lot of self-teaching.
Nice. How did you self-teach yourself the piano?
That's an interesting one. Yeah, I actually, so I was really interested in it. Basically, my interest was I was like, hey, I want to play songs I hear on the radio on the piano. How can I do that? So I just looked around online, and there was some great website that would put up these really easy to read charts on how to play songs on the radio. It was 2013 or something. So it was probably Give Me Everything by Pitbull or whatever the hell it was. But
Pitbull inspired,
because I knew Pitbull was the true inspiration for everything. So I would take that, and then I would, since I actually knew what all the notes were on the piano, I would then just match them up with my hands, because it would give me the literal notes instead of having to read music, and then go from there. And then I was sort of teaching myself that. But then a lot of my playing is actually sort of based off. I play basically off of guitar chords that I find online, my guitar tab. It's a lot of my skills. That's where a lot of my skills are based from.
Do you do you play stuff and then record it and then put it into the whatever program you're using?
Yeah, basically that's where a lot of it's just basically I jam until I come up with something I like, and then I'll record it in, and then just start building off of that. That's one of the ways I do it.
All right.
For sure.
What don't mind me asking, what software did you first start using when you started producing?
So I primarily function in Ableton. I found it is the cleanest, basically in all facets. I find that Logic is too clunky. Sorry, but
Fine. No offense taken.
That's just the way I am. But I feel like it's the best for creative output. It's the most efficient. I feel like you can get the most down.
Yeah,
quickest. And I like to work quick. So.
Yeah, what I've seen from videos of people using Ableton, it seems like it's really easy to go from instrument to instrument. Like you said with Logic, it's really clunky because you gotta kind of flip through everything and then you start.
Yeah.
And especially for music, ideas come and go, so you gotta
be quick on the draw.
Oh, totally. And even if I'm in Ableton and I want to put an idea down, I want to have it on something else. Usually just play everything in on sort of a piano sampler and then go from there. That's where usually the creativity comes from.
True.
Nice.
What's your favorite part of production? What part is your favorite to do? The drums, the melody, chords. How do you usually start building a song?
Well, honestly, if we're talking literally my favorite part of production, it is sort of the collaboration aspect. I like working off of people and bouncing ideas off of people. I like working on my own, but for the past couple months, I've primarily been working with others, usually singers, that give me, I guess, a structure, a musical structure, their chords or whatever they want to give me. and a vocal line, and then I will just construct everything around that. I'll have like a couple discussions with them, couple production sessions, see if they like where it's going, and then I end up coming up with a track, and that's kind of how Bad Song happened too.
That's cool.
Nice. So let's talk gearless. What's your go-tos?
My go-to, what was that?
Gearless. Like, what do you use on your day-to-day production?
My day-to-day, I'm not too complicated, honestly.
Okay.
It's just I usually use it's just my MacBook and Ableton. And honestly, I know I should be better than this, but I literally just plug my Apple headphones into my computer. And like, I know like any audio engineer will like be screaming at me for that. But when I'm like, you know, in sort of a more intensive, nitpicky mode, I usually set up. I have like a Scarlett audio interface that I use, and then I have another smaller MIDI piano that I play in a lot of my ideas. Nice.
Basic bedroom setup, but tried and true, it works.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I have some, and I'm at school, so I have a different setup, but at home I have I have a nice screen set up with 2 Rocket speakers and a nice Novation keyboard that I have set up with an external keyboard and a mouse. It's a much nicer setup to work in, but you got to make do with what you got right here. So.
Oh yeah, we're all college kids here.
Yeah,
we understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know.
Yeah, you make do with what you got.
Yeah, you gotta make it work. What do you usually do to kind of like start? Do you have like a usual ritual like to get you going, like start being creative? Like, do you watch like certain videos or like read books or anything? How do you get your inspiration?
It often comes from, it stems from a lot of places. Sometimes it's when I'm listening to music and I'm like, wow, I really like the sound of this. Let's see if I can create something similar, or that's the big way that I usually do it. Or if sometimes I'll look up YouTube tutorials and like how people make, like I've watched like walkthroughs with like Martin Garrix or whatever, and I'll see like, oh, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I should try developing my style some way in that way, and then ideas will spawn off that, wherever else.
But yeah, who are some of your biggest inspirations in like for producing?
That's a tough one, because I listen to so much different music. I try and sort of pull ideas from everywhere I'm listening to. Like when I was first getting into production, like I loved like the big progressive house sound. So it was like Swedish House Mafia and Avicii, and but 2013 then. So it's not their like pop stuff. Swedish House Mafia is nothing anymore, but like Avicii now is not so much what I was into. One of the big melodic, happy things that they used to make. That was like what I loved to do, and I was like, wow, I've always wanted to get there. But now I'm taken from a lot of different places, just because music has, especially electronic music, has grown so much over the past couple of years. It's so deeply fused into sort of pop music now that the sort of the crossovers that you get are really interesting. I know I definitely like taking in like ideas or just listening and seeing how they do things from Louis the Child. They're really, really creative with their style, and they always sort of have a different sound on every track.
How do you feel about the new like trap EDM like mixing like nowadays? Because we hear a lot of, they seem very like influenced by each other. Like Moonrise, which is an EDM festival, has a bunch of trap artists now. Like Migos were there last year and whatnot.
Just flows.
Right.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen just because of the popularity of both. Just the sheer impact that both had on the community. It makes sense that they would collaborate and become sort of one thing. You definitely hear songs that don't work. I think Marshmello and Migos came out with a song, and honestly, that was trash.
Yeah.
So there are times for when it works, and there are times when it doesn't. But I think overall it's a good thing. Just keep mixing genres, and you can get all these different kinds of creations. That's where the new fresh sound comes from, when you take parts of different styles and you get something totally fresh.
Right. So I guess as a content creator now, you have a pretty popular video. How many views was it again, Sean?
It's not video.
Or song. Sorry about that. But
Bad Song has 178,000 on
Nice.
Spotify. Oh, I guess that's just on all streaming.
Right.
Do all the numbers like connect?
Yeah. I think it's just Spotify, but I honestly, I looked it up, and you honestly can't find how many streams you have on Apple Music, which is weird. That's like the one downside of Apple Music, other than a lot of other things that it's not Spotify. But I actually don't know what the total is other than Spotify, but hopefully we're up over 200K at that point.
right. But like as a content creator, to like I guess keep your audience engaged and I guess keep those views up, do you ever like consider making don't some producers they make like videos where they're like track their progression of making a song and kind of show from beginning to end? Like you ever consider doing stuff like that, or just like extra little content like teasers?
Yeah, I've done that. I feel like it's a balance. That's what I'm trying. That's something I'm really trying to work on, is learn how the game sort of works. I mean, you have to. I don't have that big of a social media following, which is something I need to work on, because then I would start putting out content for those people following me. But it's not. I don't have that strong of a following. But yes, I'd love to put out these tiny little snippets of things or how I do things. I mean, I'm always like, follow me on Snapchat, Benny Levs. You get.
Yeah.
I sometimes preview tracks and stuff like that. And it's, I mean, that's usually what I'm doing. But I mean, once I gain a bigger following, then I'll start definitely using some of those techniques. It's just a big promo game, and you gotta really
half the game.
build your crowd. So
You gotta sell your soul to the people.
Yeah, no.
Hey, check this out. I was
asking though, so we can like shout out some of your like social like connects, get people listening more.
Yeah. The Benny Levs.
Yeah, I'm Benny Levs everywhere. So Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud,
real life, honestly.
Snapchat.
Catch,
No, honestly, real life. I got hats. Like we're making hats, we're making merch.
Ooh.
Like it's real. So we're starting off.
You sent me a song. What's the name of this? Is it called Latch Bootleg, or is that some?
Well, so this is I guess it was Sam Smith and Disclosure. That's on Latch.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a bootleg I did of it. That's sort of a remix.
Okay.
I guess you could call it a remix. So yeah, that's what that is.
All right. Well, I guess let's listen to it. Heard here first on WMUC Radio. Nowhere else before, probably, maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
All right. Here we go.
We need more sound effects.
You lift my heart up when the rest of me is down. You enchant me even when you're not around. If there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. I'm latching on, babe. Now I know what I have found. I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby? I feel we're close enough. I've got you in my space. I won't let go again. Got you shackled in my embrace. I'm losing on the I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby? I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby?
Yes. That's the working name. Yeah, I often send my unfinished edits to my buddy who DJs. Shout out Big Cat, tuned in right now. And he plays them. He plays them at his parties that he works. And actually this one got a great reception last night. So yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, see, I make sure I'm not stuck in one genre. Like Bad Song has a totally different feel, and I'm not trying to stick in one genre, basically. Exactly.
You ever branched out to like hip hop or anything?
Yeah, I've branched out. So basically, I stay pretty heavy on the sort of the pop EDM fusion side of things. I generally drift more into EDM if I'm going any direction, but like I've done close to like not necessarily like rap beats, but sort of more hip hop, sort of more down tempo hip hop, sort of jazzier beats almost.
Like boom bap.
Yeah, but I guess you could call it like R&B.
Okay.
Sort of electronic R&B style. Yeah.
I dig it.
So you used to go to BU when you first went to college, and then you switched to Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Like why? What was the move for?
Well, the move was, basically out of personal necessity, for so many reasons. Put simply, I just really didn't fit in there. They have a good music program there, but it wasn't at all sort of focused in production. It was a very classically oriented program, and that was something I just had no interest in at the time. So I needed something with a sort of technology focus, and it's a small program here at Clark, but I got a lot of close work with professors, which has actually really helped me get better at what I'm doing. So that's the big reason why it was a small department gave me a lot of access to what I needed to get done.
Yeah. Smaller schools usually they help with that like more immersed feel, making you feel more included in like what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. And I've worked really closely with a couple of the professors here, and they've actually totally changed the way I look at some things that I work on now. And it's totally changed my production technique and creative methods. So
awesome.
Yeah, you're out in Worcester now, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
The Woo, Worcester. Yeah, the Woo out here. It's a time. I don't know if I'd be rushing back here after school, but it does the job for now. So
does the job.
Does like does it inspire you in any way, or did Boston inspire you in any way to make certain types of music?
I mean, that's an interesting question. Well, inspire is, I guess it more drives me to want to get out and try different places. Like, this is a good place to start, but this has like inspired me to get moving and get on to the next thing too. Like, I see where I'm at here, and then I want to see where I can be at, I don't know, in New York or in LA or DC, and see what I can do there. That's kind of more how I use it.
Okay, so is one of those places like your next spot? Is that where you're trying to, or do you
Well,
not know?
man, you know, it would be great. I mean, realistically, I would like to be in those places, but I definitely need a much more solid grounding, with a direction and like a secure focus. Like, I love production, I love making music, I love working with people, but I gotta make sure I can also, I mean, I gotta support myself too. So
Yeah, I feel
it's always important.
It's a balance of, it's a balance. I mean, I might build up a library of tunes and then go from there. See if anybody likes what I'm going to put out and see what happens. I mean, it's all a game, and I gotta learn to play it first before I can get out there. So,
have you made any connections in like LA at all?
I have a few connects out there. I was actually very cool setup I had last weekend. I was actually volunteering at the Grammys.
What?
Whoa.
So yeah.
You got a collective whoa from all of us right there.
No, it was a super cool time. I worked 2 events. I worked 2 red carpets. There was an event on Friday. It was like Person of the Year gala featuring Fleetwood Mac or something. But
Wow.
it was cool. My job was like walking people down the carpet between press booths, and it was like very cool. You got to interact with these people and their managers and their PR people. So it was a very cool time. And then at the Grammys, I did that, and then I also I was basically a runner for for photographers that were working that night.
Elaborate.
I was. So basically, I was running SD cards, like they're like memory cards, to up to their editors, then coming back down. But the cool thing was I had a seat for the show, so I got to see the whole show in person, like right near the floor. And I mean, like, it was amazing. Everybody was there, and the talent was incredible, obviously. So it was really surreal.
What was your favorite moment or performance from the show?
I mean, man, there were so many ones.
But what comes to mind,
like,
at least?
I mean, I don't think there's ever a time where I'm going to see Elton John and Miley Cyrus perform together. Like, it was kind of, I just like, and also like Elton John is like a legend, and I've always like been like, I should probably see him at some point. And
then boom, there you go.
And I did. So yeah, there you go.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, it was, and then also Kendrick opened the show, which was absolutely nuts. He had just like this crazy routine with it too, and he had like Dave Chappelle with him. I don't know.
Wait,
Dave
Chappelle came on.
That's awesome.
It's everywhere.
It was just like a wild thing that like you'll never see these people all together again, like in this setting. So it was very cool, very, very cool.
Were you able to meet any like famous artists?
Not really, but you get to see them all walk in from where I was. So, and I mean, when I actually went to go into the show, I had to walk down the carpet to get into the theater, it was in Madison Square Garden. So I had to get in there. I had to walk in. I mean, I was like walking in with Trevor Noah. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And like and there's like a split second video of me like passing behind like DJ Khaled during an interview or something.
Hey.
Photo bomb.
So I mean, it's like it was a really cool opportunity that I hopefully will get hopefully do again next year or something. But
how'd you get this job?
I have a relative who's actually out in LA. She asked me. She was like, "The Grammys are looking for volunteers. Do you have any interest
Wow.
they're in New York this year. I was like, yes, please.
Oh my God.
So,
That must have been like the
Yeah, it
best
was-
like random thing ever. You're just like,
no, it was totally random. It was like, I think I don't remember. And it was like right during like finals time or right near it. And I was like not happy. And then I get this email out of the blue and I'm like, oh, great. This is amazing. So it was super cool. Like definitely an experience I will definitely hold for a very long time.
did it like elevate your finals? Were you like excited to finish finals after that?
I mean, yeah, no, I was ready to wrap up for that. Yeah, definitely.
Let's go.
Definitely motivated me to finish up. But yeah, it was super cool. I mean, you don't really. The Grammys is not just a thing that happens. It happens once a year, but you know, it's really unique. So
Yeah, to actually go to a award show like that, that's wild.
That's
Yeah.
that's opportunity among opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
how do you feel about just like, because there's a lot of politics around the Grammys, you know, especially with like rap and hip hop. I follow that, so like that's how I kind of heard about it. Like kind of the judging of music and like the artists that they pick up there. I mean, first of all, do you want to like be considered in the Grammys? Like, does it matter? Is that one of the top goals for you, or is it changing now?
You know, it was a really cool experience, but it's a very fluffed up event. Like it's like showing you that these people think you're good at what you do, which is cool, and that's an amazing thing. And like the Grammys are a very special thing, but now there's so much music and so many artists out there that you have 5 nominees that are just popular music. It's really like 5 nominees for every one of these categories. I mean, the Grammys have like a lot of categories, but it's like best new artist. There was only 5, and all of them were like chart topping. I mean, all these people. I don't understand concept of best new artist. It's like new to I guess popular ears. I mean, some of these people have been doing it for a while. It's not like, because I know Alessia Cara won it this year, and she's been on music probably since like 2015, 2016, which is
Good
she
for
had
her,
that
though.
hit. Yeah, I mean, good for her, totally.
She's good.
But it's just also, she is great. I don't know. It's kind of it's a funny system, and I mean, like, cool. Yeah, I would love to get a Grammy, sure, someday. But I mean, the goal for me is to just make the music I want to make and work at that. And if it gets recognized, hey, that would be amazing. But right now, I'm just focusing on sort of building a library that I can be happy to present to people as like, this is me, this is what I do. And then if the Grammys come somewhere down the line, 15 years from now, 20 years, I don't know how long, but
2 years from now, maybe.
Dude, who knows?
Never know, dude.
Who knows?
Never know.
But that's my mindset right now. I'm not even worried on that. Focused on anything fame wise. I just want to get my music down the way I want it, and then if people respond to it, that'd be even better.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it too much like the Oscars. Like,
Yeah, I
but
can
like
definitely see
music,
that.
music isn't like movies. Like movies take lots and lots of time and lots of money, whereas like music, I mean, they take time and money too. But like, you can produce a good 3-minute song within maybe a couple of days, whereas like a movie takes like
Forever.
a couple years,
Yeah,
man.
I think it goes back to what Ben said. There's just so many like artists and genres of music, and there's got to be more than 5
Yeah,
like best new artists that came out this year. There's got to be just
at least like 100, like honestly. But you know, that wouldn't be for good television, I guess.
Yeah.
If you had
Right,
100 different
exactly.
people.
You need the dramatics of
the
5
pageantry.
nominees, and it's, I don't know. I mean, it's all for the TV, and it's all for the entertainment.
Yeah.
So
But TV's dying now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about
maybe it will
streaming.
disappear.
Exactly. Like,
they might have to change it up, but who knows?
yeah, I mean, music's like completely different than what it was.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
5-10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
Streaming.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
streaming.
all streaming.
Like probably like 10 years ago. I mean, like the
10 years
Grammys
ago
were
was,
a
like,
lot more relevant because people were listening more on the radio.
MP3s.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I mean, they might have to
Yeah.
update their system. And,
Yeah, and it's so heavily
2008.
like
Think about
pop focused. Like if you get record of the year, you don't get like a jazz album in there or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's so I forget what exactly the determinants are, but it's very. I mean, this year Bruno Mars swept it, which
I understand.
Bruno Mars is a very he's very talented, but he's also a very safe pick. I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very friendly to all audiences, basically. Whereas, say, like, I think Kendrick's album was up for it, or Lord's album was up for it. They're a little bit out there with their style and their music and what their messages are. And I just don't think the people who are judging these things are ready to take that kind of step, you know? I mean, you had Beyonce's album, which didn't win. And Adele's, I think it was Adele's that won over Beyonce's one year or something like that. But it was just like Lemonade had a lot more of a cultural impact than I think the album that won that year. And I think they need to start judging it off of that, not just revenue or radio-friendly hits.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Cultural impact. That's what music's about, really.
So you're saying in summary, the Grammys is like more, they try and be safe often more than not, right?
TV friendly.
Totally.
But let's get on to the next song. We're gonna play the Hotline Bling remix. Kalani. So is this a remix of a remix?
So it's a remix of a cover.
Of a cover.
Charlie Puth and Kalani did a version of this that was just a piano and them singing. And then I just took that and did what I did to it and ended up getting like 30,000 something plays on SoundCloud. So
before I play it, I want the people to know that this song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. So get ready for that. All right. Here we go.
Late night when you need my love, call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love, and I know in that holiday that could only mean one thing. And I know in that holiday that could only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, got a reputation for yourself now. Everybody knows that I feel left out. Girl, you got me down, you got me stressed out. 'Cause ever since I left the city, you started wearing less and growing out more. Glasses of champagne out on the dance floor, hanging with some girls I'd never seen before. You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love, call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love, and I know in the holiday that could only mean one thing. And I know in the holiday that could only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you and me, we just don't get along. You make me feel like I did you wrong, going places where you don't belong. Ever since I left the city, you got exactly what you asked for. Running out of pages on your passport, hanging with some girls I never seen before. You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love,
All right, that was Hotline Bling, Benny Levs remix. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Such a good mix.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, can you still hear us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, sweet.
Sick.
So, your first, like, kind of experience with a big named artist, I think, was with Alex Young, right?
Yeah, funny enough, yeah, he was in one of my classes in high school too, which was just like funny. I remember playing my first show in our high school, and he actually played before us, which was funny. Just
That's
think
crazy.
of where he was at that time. But yeah, funny story. I was actually at a show with him, and I was in the crowd with him. We ran into each other, and it was actually, I think I might have told you guys once, Porter Robinson, but I think it was actually Alvin.
It was who?
Who was before? It was Alvin Risk. He's not making too much now, but he was pretty big at the time. But funny enough, he was before like Porter and Zed, which was actually a back-to-back at that time. And he actually played the drop from one of Alex's songs live. Like, we're in the crowd, I'm standing next to Alex, and we're just like,
Oh, wow.
hey, what's going on
He was
here?
like, what the
Uh,
hell?
How did Alex react to it? Was he?
I mean, I think he went over and like talked to him after. He was, I think he was surprised too, and he went over and talked to Alvin Risk after. I was like, "Hey man, you played my song." But yeah, it was like very, very, very cool to see that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
So you've been to like a lot of raves and concerts and whatnot.
Definitely.
First of all, have you had any bad experiences?
Yeah, I was about to ask what's the
yeah.
craziest rave.
Plenty. I mean, mostly I've been to shows at Echo Stage in DC. Those have been my main place I go, and I mean, a lot of nights there it's like hit or miss.
Really?
I remember I went to like a really good show there was Cascade, because it was kind of empty. Like it wasn't totally packed. There was space to move. Like, you're comfortable and you can still watch and
You can
listen,
dance.
whatever. Yes, but then you go to a show like Diplo, and he has a much more wide-ranging, I guess, audience.
Yeah.
With people who maybe don't always go to like a club to see a show or something, and it's not the best time, just because like they're kind of obnoxious and like don't give you like just there's no personal space. My buddy Alex and we always get mad at these shows because people like we're standing here clearly and they just bump into you or pour a drink on your shoe and you're like, okay, this is to be expected, but it doesn't mean we have to be happy about it.
Yeah, that happened to us when me and Teddy saw Chami and Mala. There's some annoying guy who's just like super drunk and just bumping into us, and
Same
like
thing happened at the Kendrick concert.
Yeah, the dudes who like to throw off their shirts and like twirl them above your heads, like, I don't need your sweaty rag on your face. Cut it out, bro.
They just have no idea other people are around them. They're just in their own world.
Hey, and their defense, they're just experiencing the night. You know, they're experiencing the music and the concert.
Dude, like the guy bumping into us though he was a fucking.
He was a grade A
he was an
jerkwad.
asshole. Yeah, because he kept bumping in.
Because remember, can't use swear words, right, Teddy?
I mean, who cares, man?
Alright, I'll give the radio station like $20.
Yeah.
Put in the swear jar. But he just kept bumping in. Like I turned around. I was like, dude, stop. And I was getting pissed off. Like, I don't get mad.
Teddy
usually,
never gets mad.
Yeah.
But that guy was making me mad. But our friend Justin, he just turned around and like, just like, put his hand up, and the guy just like stopped. It was really funny.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, a lot of those shows too, it's the concept of them are kind of ridiculous. Like, you don't really have water during those things, and they're like 3 hours long and sweaty and disgusting.
Oh, the last
And,
one we had,
like,
they gave out free water, which was really nice.
That's
maybe
rare.
they've changed their system there. That's kind of nice. Yeah,
Smart.
most times it hasn't been that way. You have to kind of like stumble to the bar, like, to get through people to just like get some tap water. They give you like a plastic
I mean,
cup
honestly,
or whatever,
it's,
but,
like,
or else, yeah.
it's just a lot safer too to be giving out water. Because
Yeah.
like people,
Yeah, oh.
I mean, people are doing drugs at those,
And they're
They know.
dancing, so they're
and they're
getting
dancing,
really
so they're
dehydrated.
losing water. They're losing water through sweat, and like, you know, people could pass out if they're not hydrated enough.
Stay hydrated.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to save their own selves with that, giving out the water. I mean, you can buy one there for $5 if you want a water
Yeah, it's
bottle.
like, screw
Absolutely.
that. Oh man,
No thanks.
$5 for water.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting towards the end of the show, so if you want to give out any shout outs, also any plugs, like where do people find you?
I definitely have some new stuff coming within the next couple months. I'm working actually for my project. My senior project is actually going to be an EP. So
sick.
Oh, nice.
there will
I'm
be a
excited for that.
whole, there'll be a whole slew of new music coming out really soon. Hopefully within the next couple months, and it's just all what I do I basically write the music and then have vocalists on it. So looking forward to that. You can find me basically on any of those accounts: Twitter,
Benny Levs.
Instagram, SoundCloud. Yep, verified on Spotify. Like I'm real, so you can find me out there. Don't know. I think that just about covers it.
Ain't got no shout outs?
Yeah, any
No love for your
any shout-outs for
friends
friends?
and your
Already
family?
shouted out. Already shouted
They did
out.
so much
Yeah,
for you.
okay. They are tuned in. That's fair. Okay. Hi, mom and dad and sister. Hey. And shout out Big Cat again. He's basically, his name's Eric. He's basically the guy who got me into electronic music. He taught me how to DJ. He's very much a very strong supporter of my music and always
That's a
has
big
been.
shout out.
So word up to him. Big shout out. And maybe my girlfriend is listening. I don't know.
Maybe.
She might be listening.
Maybe a
She
shout
might be
out for
listening.
her. I don't know if you're feeling
Half
it.
a shout out.
So you moved away from DJing, right?
Well, it's not that I moved away from it. It's just like I'm not seeking out gigs necessarily. But I mean, like somebody comes up to me and is like, "Hey, let's have I'm throwing this party. Can you DJ for?" I was like, "Sure, I'll bring my setup." But it's not like it's not my focus basically. But I know it goes hand in hand. So
Yeah, it really does, especially in that scene.
yeah, definitely.
But anyways, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Ben,
thank you.
for letting us interview you on our talk show. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
I love your
thank
music.
you guys. That was fun.
Keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I was so surprised. I was like, wait, this kid I played basketball with, like, is like an EDM producer, and then he's actually good at it? Like, what are the odds? Oh,
Good
shout out to Noah
basketball days,
Nelson,
man.
too, honestly.
Shout out to No Nels.
Dude, I
Yeah,
love that
what
guy.
a high.
But yeah, so we're going to play Moon to My Son, Benny Levs remix. That is also on Spotify. And,
Yes.
it looks like you're actually tagged in it this time.
Nice.
Because I remember
Oh,
you had a
they-
problem with
they-
that last time.
They fixed it. I'm officially listed on it,
Nice.
so good to go.
Shout
But
out
yeah,
to technology.
Here we go. Thank you, Ben. Have a great day.
Yeah, good talking with you guys.
See you, man.
Thank you.
Oh, darling, I think I love you. I'm not sure what you're made of, but I must be made of it too. Ooh, I've only known you for a little while, but all the signs are alarming. So let's keep sticking together, could turn into forever. Time will pass anyway. You're the moon to my sun, the cool fresh air from my lungs. You're the water, I'm the waves, my summer nights, my snowy days. You're the to myself.